Hey guys, and welcome back to Rathlin Island. It's day 4 of midwinter, and if my memory serves me correct, we are celebrating our 1-year anniversary here on Rathlin with today. I believe it was 1 year today that we rolled into town in our handy pickup truck, pulling our fuel trailer. And well, speaking of fuel trailer, we're needing to refuel our tractor here. Drove all the way into Field 8 and then realized that well, we better top off with fuel, or we're going to be ending our day pretty early, having to bring the fuel trailer down to do an emergency refueling. And it started snowing about, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes ago or so. You can see the ground temperature is right there on the fringe of frozen. We're 32-degree ground temp and 30-degree air temperature. So I am expecting at any moment now our field work is going to end for the year. But I do want to try to see how much of Field 8 we can get cultivated today. Let's head on down here to the dock. Thankfully, there is a fuel pump down here that we can take advantage of, fuel up our tractor. Then we're going to run back up there to... Oh, I missed a turn. Oh, man. All right. Hold on while I turn around here. All this talk about snow and frozen ground and everything got me all disjointed. Gonna hurry up and this thing refueled. I don't think we're gonna be able to get all of the field cultivated before it freezes, but I would like to see if we can't get a fair bit of it done. This morning we took the rest of the milk that was in the tank over to the dairy operation. Then we also brought down our, we had 8 pallets of produce to deliver. And then we picked up 3 pallets of cheese and 3 pallets of homogenized milk. And then we delivered those also. So, had a fairly busy morning. And just finally got done with that here a little bit ago. Got over here to Field 8 in a rush, wanting to get started on that before we looked at our fuel gauge and discovered that we were very, very low on fuel. We'll just fuel up here. Of course, we are paying a premium price. Buying it here at the pump would have been much more cost effective to use the fuel that we already had in our service trailer. So we bought that from the mainland. Fuel here on the island is at a premium. Fuel always seems to cost more over here than it does on the mainland. But poor planning is often the best source of wasted funds. Just have to chalk that one up to we should have known better, and we should have looked at our fuel tank before we left off this morning. Now we've got ourselves a full tank. Let's head on back to the field, see how much of this we can't get done before ground gets just too hard. Forecast again, just to remind everybody. We have, like I said, we got cold temperatures all the way up until, well, the second day of spring is still pretty cold. A low of 27, a high of 46 though. So we may be still seeing frozen ground all the way into the latter days of early spring. Like I said, the more we can get done now, the better position we will be in when it comes spring, comes planting time. Let's go ahead and just drop her here, and let's get on with the program. Like I was saying, I'm pretty sure that today marks the 1-year anniversary of us moving into Rathlin Island. And it's been a very productive year, starting with basically our pickup truck and the fuel trailer and the like $3.1 million or something in the bank. We have formed a nice farm here. Got ourselves more sheep than I would have ever imagined us having. At 716, and plan is to continue to grow that flock. So at some point, a flock should be a word for a mega flock. Tight corner on this field. I have to just put grass in here or something. It's forever to get turned around. Turn on all our work lights. Get the best chance of seeing what we're doing here. Rolled in with like 3.1 million, and with that money we were able to buy us up 600 starter sheep after we did some logging, and buy us up our equipment here that we're using. We also managed to start up the BGA again. It had not been running for a while, so we were able to make a sizable investment into the BGA. We're maintaining that, and that has paid off very generously with about somewhere around $24,000 a day in energy revenue. That's very, very beneficial to us maintaining power here on the island, and at the same time maintaining a nice steady flow of income. Been able to get our produce up and running. Our 4 greenhouses. They're providing a very steady income of about $16,000 every 2 days. So about $8,000 a day is coming out of the greenhouses. And the dairy operation over cooperative dairy operation over in the mainland is bringing us what are they bringing us? They're bringing us a couple $1,000s a day, basically, in cheese and milk production, homogenized milk. So we are well on our way to being very, very, very much self-sufficient. Sheep, when they are producing wool in the spring, they are hot and heavy. With the wool shearing, we are seeing upwards to $50,000 worth of wool per day in production. That is astounding. I think that we could earn $500,000 or more in wool just over the course of one spring. Now, these sheep do have a fair bit of upkeep. It's 716 sheep. We are feeding them Somewhere as close to 15 bales of hay every couple of days. And the amount of water that they are requiring is nothing to shake a stick at. So very grateful that we were able to get a plumber to come in here and plumb up the water trough. We don't have to keep bringing trailers and trailers of water up to the sheep. But we have not yet at this point invested in that same technology for our cow operation. We still only have 26 cows. Don't have much need for a large herd of cows at this point. Pretty much what we're looking for is just enough to really keep the manure for the greenhouses and everything. We could probably do with doubling our our herd of cattle, and we might do that at some point. So if we're going to do that over winter or into spring, but that might be something that we want to look into. And the little chickens, don't discount the chickens. They help every little bit also. The guy up in the lighthouse been calling us pretty regular, wondering if we've got another batch of eggs we can bring him. So where we stand today, but fair number maintenance required. Oh my goodness. How we managed to how we need to do maintenance on this tractor. How have we not done maintenance on this tractor yet? Let's hope we can let's hope it doesn't act up before we get done. We can get our maintenance done. Should probably go around and do our maintenance on all of our other motorized apparatus. If this thing needs maintenance, then it's quite possible all the other apparatus are going to need some manner of maintenance. I think what we're going to do is, you know, we're obviously going to see if we can't get this field cultivated before we get frozen out. But once we get frozen out, we're going to, I guess, have a day of downtime as we go around and do some maintenance, maybe refuel everything, make sure everything's up, topped off, ready to go for spring once spring does come. And then we need to head back across the sound and pick up that wood chipper. Not wood chipper, but the pick up the stump grinder. That's what I'm trying to remember. Bring it over here and grind up those trees that we cut down last year. Kind of wishful thinking that after a year maybe those tree stumps would have magically decayed, but sadly they didn't. We're going to need to grind those tree stumps up just to make it a little bit cleaner area. And we may even come in there and plant some new saplings down. In addition, probably going to clear out another little section of forest there, kind of make way for new growth. That's kind of the winter plans. Just going to head on into a little bit of a musical time lapse here. Hope you guys enjoy it. So guys, as you can see, it stopped snowing and switched over to rain. So I think the immediate threat of frozen ground has passed. That is good news, because it looks like we probably will be able to finish our cultivation today, and then probably face frozen ground in the morning. As you can see, we've got a low of 19 degrees tomorrow morning. A high of 43, so we'll have to see if the ground stays frozen all day long or not. One thing I would like to do is see if we can't maybe put another load of digestate on these fields, where we are rudely taken out of our field work. So only time will tell what we're going to be able to actually manage to get accomplished before we freeze out our field work. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on cultivating this field here. It's probably just going to be a short little episode. It's probably about all we're going to do here. Let's continue our cultivation and finish this out. That will probably take us into the evening. It's been getting dark very, very early here on the island. By 6 p.m. it is nearly pitch black. Point where we really can't see what on earth we are doing. So it's 2 o'clock now, so only about 4 more hours to go till it is really too dark to see anything around here. The fact that it is raining probably will make that that come a little bit earlier into the day, or we really have to quit and pack it up. So that, I'm going to go ahead and close on out. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider hitting that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please go ahead and subscribe. We do map videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Last week, or well, a couple weeks ago, by the time this video airs, we did a mega map video on Hofbergman, a 3-parter. That was a nearly a 3-hour first impressions video on quite an impressive map, I will say. Hofbergman. Then right after we did that, it goes and gets updated to version 1.0.0.7. So that was quite the funny issue there. We also do Let's Play videos on Rathlin Island on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We're also doing a live stream series currently on Emerald Coast. We're going to try to play 10 game years through on Emerald Coast. And it looks like the rain has stopped. Oh, wow. Wonder if the sun's going to manage to come out and these low clouds are going to manage to clear away before evening time. But we're doing 10-year gameplay with seasons on Emerald Coast, just to see how kind of how diverse and how random is the weather with seasons. By going 10 years, we should be able to establish some level of pattern, I would hope, to really know how diverse is the seasonal weather. So with that, I'm going to go and bid you guys a fond farewell, and until next time, happy farming.